Our post was founded in 1919 from the fellows that returned from World War I. There were 19 charter members of the post, and it's had a very rich and interesting history ever since. It's probably for 90 years, it's been arguably the best service organization in this community. Well, I think when the soldiers returned from World War I, the first meeting, they said, we'd like to build a community building and dedicate it to the community for their use, because in a small community at that time, there was nothing available for clubs and nonprofits and social groups to meet in. So they set out on a 20-year endeavor to build a community building, and they finally accomplished that in 1938. And it served this community until the mid-1980s. Membership was falling off. We had a building on our hands that was in need of maintenance and taken care of, and the resources weren't there. They only had about 10 active members at the time, so it was a very tough time. And I think they went through the whole process. So what do we do with this big building we have now? Mm-hmm. And some wanted to sell it, some wanted to rent it commercially, and the rent group won out, and they proved to be right, because we have a commercial lease there right now that provides us with all the revenue we need. I think every organization goes through rough times like that, and we weathered that, and I think we came out of it stronger. And I think as our membership growth has indicated, we have gotten stronger. The best way to get members is to get out in the community and show them that you're doing something. I think if you get out in the community, you have a presence in the community, this allows you to do that. You can do scholarships, you can do more boys going to boys state, more girls going to girls state. You can donate to Little League Baseball. You can donate to other organizations, youth organizations and community organizations. I've been working on post history probably for 8 years. I think the National Centennial page is good, and I think it's an excellent starting point. I think it allows you to organize your post history in a nice timeline of significant events and activities. My perspective, what I want to see us do with our history is I want to see it published so it's available to members. I want it available to the community. I think it's very important that the community understand the history of this post also. And we can do that in several ways. One way is to put it on the Centennial site. Another way is to publish it in our publication, our post publications, on our web page. I think it makes people appreciate and take pride in their organization. And I also think it can help you in recruiting membership, because people see this and they see an active and vital post, and people want to be a part of organizations like that, so it can help you in a lot of ways. You know, there's a lot of resources out there. I think when you try to put a post history together, people think they can sit down and just do it overnight. And it really takes a lot of time. Like I said, I've been working on this on and off for about 8 years. And I'm nowhere close to being completed with where I'd like to be. So I think if there's posts out there that are looking to do a Centennial project, they need to start right now, because 2018 is going to be here before you know it. But it's also something that's very worthwhile to do. I think it helps you understand where your organizations come from, and it also will help you understand where the organization's going. Some tips maybe to get started. First of all, find out what records, documents, photos you already have available at the post. Find your charter, find those things, but find out what you already have at the post that's available to you. Talk to some of the senior veterans. Find out what they know about the post. They can help you a lot. And then the third thing is local newspapers. They have archives of old articles, and then old newspapers were great about writing about local events. I also made use of online resources. You have newspapers that are online. The University of Virginia here has a history section online, and they had all the questionnaires that the World War I veterans had completed, and you could go back and find out information about your charter members. Okay, so we get closer to the Centennial. What I'd like to see happen locally with our local post is that we involve the community in this celebration. We've been a big part of this community for almost 100 years now. And I think arguably we've been probably the finest service organization in this community. I'd like to see a nice community event or something that would help us recognize the 100 years of Lloyd Williams Post 41 and the American Legion.